In the last hour, Oprah Winfrey aired a sit-down interview she did with two men who claim Michael Jackson sexually abused them for years as children. All of the allegations were laid out in a two-part documentary called Leaving Neverland that aired on HBO. Wade Robson and James Safechuck say Michael Jackson sexually abused them for years, starting at the age of 7 and 10.
He told me if they ever found out what we were doing, he and I would go to jail for the rest of our lives.
NBC News reports the allegations are similar, saying the abuse took place at hotels and Jackson's homes, sometimes with their mothers close by.
He would run drills with me where you'd be in the hotel room and he would pretend like somebody was coming in and you had to get dressed as fast as possible.
But the stories have changed from when both men previously testified in defense of Jackson, saying he did not abuse them. And Ron and Aisha with me now. The Jackson estate is suing HBO for $100 million, and the reaction online has been split. So I want to show you guys two of them. So I tweeted about this earlier. Violet says, I watched the film. I think it's unethical to have such a one-sided documentary that offers no evidence. But on the other side, Lisa says, I'm glad they were brave enough to come forward. What do you guys think?
It's just so hard in a case that, you know, in this time didn't go to court. We're talking about someone who isn't here to defend themselves. So it's such a gray area because he's deceased and the family didn't contribute. It is one-sided.
Yeah. You know, as obviously dead men can't talk. However, as journalists, and it's part of our duty to get both sides of the story, and I'm surprised that Oprah Winfrey and at least her people, her producers, didn't try to get the other side of the story.
Yeah, and a lot of people complaining, as I said, that just happened over the last hour. So a lot of people complaining online, giving her backlash because the audience was full of victims or alleged victims of sexual assault, saying it's an unbiased audience and not an unbiased audience. But I want to show you guys this one. Corey Feldman, who as a kid spent a lot of time with Michael Jackson, had a long thread about his experience with Michael Jackson. And I pointed out this one where he says, everything in his experience was the same as these two other guys, except for the sex part. That is where it becomes La La Land instead of Neverland for me. So that's somebody who is inside those doors with Michael Jackson, had similar experiences. And the thing with these two men as well, they testified previously defending Michael Jackson. So a lot of people online having a hard time understanding now why they're coming up against him.
Well, this one played out in the court of public opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.